Hey everyone, I'm Curtis,
And I'm Shank.
and you're listening to the season finale of the Good Buds podcast and the last episode of the year.
Let's go out with a bong.
Welcome to the Good Buds podcast, the show where good buds smoke good buds and talk about them. This is episode 20, airing Monday, December 28th, 2020, on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Thanks for joining us. I hope you all had a fabulous holiday and Happy New Year. We finally made it out.
This episode is brought to you by Lumen Spot and My High Shop. Lumen Spot has some awesome clothing that is seriously fashionable and flashy in the most literal way. Go to our link below and use the code GoodBudsPodcast for 50% off and free shipping. Or if you're looking for stoner gear, hit up myhighshop.com and use our code GoodBudsCurtis to get 35% off and free shipping from them as well. But more importantly though, this episode is brought to you by, well, you. Making this first season of the podcast for all of you has been amazing, and we've had so much fun doing it. We can't wait to come back even better for season 2. Thank you all so much, and now, on with the show.
We really cannot thank you all enough for sticking with us for season 1. We are so grateful for all the fans that we've gotten. We're so grateful for all the opportunities, and thank you again to My High Shop and Lumen Spot for sponsoring this
100%.
podcast. So, Shank, how were your holidays?
My holidays were fantastic, man. They were nice and low key. Obviously, they had to be low key because Rona's, but we normally have a low key Christmas anyway. It was nice. Spent some time with my son. He absolutely loved the things that he got. It was fantastic. The dude got spoiled this year. Obviously, Rona was a crappy year, so we made sure he had a really good Christmas.
That's nice. That's nice.
And yeah, it was fantastic, man. So how about you? How are your holidays and how you doing?
Well, it went really well. We also had a very small family gathering, avoid Ronas.
Truth say?
It was very nice. We were really grateful for everything that we did get, but we were really just happy that we were all able to be there, you know. So it's very nice. Glad we had a good holiday. But the only thing that did suck is we had a construction crew who was doing construction on a bridge nearby our house, and they ended up drilling into a water pipe.
Oh
A water line.
no.
Now, this one led to my house and a couple other houses, so they had to shut down the water for the whole pipe for all of us. Because, yeah, they didn't want water spraying on stuff. So, that went out at like 12 o'clock the day after Christmas, and then
Oh,
didn't come back until 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night that day.
oh
So,
man, that sucks.
oh yeah, very rough one, and yeah, like,
That's so wait, so this really happens? Not
oh
like
yeah,
no cricket
yeah.
joke?
This isn't a cricket joke. Sorry, the
Oh
joke is the
shit.
construction guys. They're the idiots here. I mean,
Oh.
they kind of
Oh
messed me
yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
yeah, it really sucks because now my house, or they fixed it, so we were able to have usable water within 2 hours, but we can't drink any of the waters for another or for 2 days, 48 hours after they fixed it.
Oh shit, man.
Gotta let
That's
it boil off in the tank and everything like that. So
yeah. That sucks, man.
oh yeah, it kind of
It's gonna
put
be
a
hard to
damper
deal
on
with.
the holidays. I mean, don't have any fresh water, no, or hopefully I don't get any cottonmouth. But they also broke my pipe. Anyway, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you like what we're doing, check out our Patreon page. We have 6 tiers available, including bonus content and access to our private Discord channel.
He's absolutely right. We would love if you could go check out our page and consider donating to the show, because that would make it fantastic and even better for all of you. Now, let's get into the reviews.
Good Buds Review, Good Buds.
So, Curtis, what are you burning today, man?
Well, Shank, today I am burning on some Chemdawg.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Wait. I recall. I think Donegal by Tweed. That's a strain of
Variety.
Chemdawg,
Yep.
a variety of it. Yeah.
Yep, that's
Nice. Cool.
the variety that Tweed grew. This is more of the classic Chemdawg strain, kind of just the general version
Yeah,
of
they
it.
didn't.
But
Yeah, not tweaked at all by the company.
well, slightly tweaked, and I'll get to that in
Huh?
a second. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the story behind Chemdawg is a weird one. Apparently, it dates back to a Grateful Dead concert in a parking lot, and you can check up those stories online at your own will,
Yeah.
Leafly or Weed Map. But the reason I'm choosing this Chemdawg today, and the reason I'm smoking it for our season finale, is because this beautiful hybrid strain was grown by a private grower in Detroit. Now, supposedly, this guy grew for former NBA player Chauncey Billups when he lived in Detroit.
You got Chauncey weed?
I got Chauncey weed. This is now
Dude.
allegedly he was using this for medical purposes, uh, and he's come out as saying he smoked marijuana. So for medical purposes. So this is really strong, really high quality weed meant for a former NBA player. The minimum THC in this is 20%. So
Nice.
very incredible. In terms of the
Nice.
color and the overall appearance of it, oh boy, this is a super tight, super dense, and super well trimmed weed. Like right here is me tapping it on my finger. Yeah. So
Solid.
very dense. There it is on my metal tray. Very dense. Now, even though it is very well trimmed, very dense, they did leave it on the stem, so it kind of has this nice long branchy look to the overall buds of it. But they're easily pull offable little nugs that you can just pry off, and you just have these perfect little nuggets, and one full stem to chew on or make some tea or whatever. But
Beautiful.
overall beautiful. The color is a half and half mixture of olive green and orange, like this light orange colored hair that goes all the way around it. It's either green or orange, one or the other. That's for the weed to decide.
One or the other.
And
No
overall,
in between.
exactly. And overall, it has this very nice crystal coating that is very thick, spread out, and it looks almost like sugar crystals on there. Like kind of large. You can see them with the eye. Very nice, and ooh, that scent. Ah, it is a very, very pungent aroma. It is very strong diesel scent, which is pretty classic with the Chemdawg.
Yeah.
But this diesel smell has a nice sweet note to it, like a very, like kind of like a pine sweetness to it. You get that piney scent. So it's kind of like a mistletoe with diesel. So your snowmobile
Yeah.
breaking down in winter.
Yeah.
It does have this also slightly skunky and earthy tones in the back of it, but I think that's just common with a lot of weeds
Yeah.
nowadays. But
Pretty
very
common.
nice, very well, very well grown in general, and I cannot wait to try it. If you're watching our YouTube video, you can see some pictures floating around behind us right now, but you can also check out our Instagram, and yeah. Shank,
Nice.
what is it that you are going to be smoking on for us today?
Today I am going to be burning some Blueberry X Haze. Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Blueberry Haze, Shank's smoking today, but you are incorrect slightly. It is a form of Blueberry Haze, but this one is slightly edgier. It's almost like Dark Sonic.
Like the
so-
X-Men. So this is Blueberry
the-
Haze in the X-Men.
Yeah, he made it into the X-Men. The other one didn't get accepted, right? But this one is it's just different because normally Blueberry Haze is blueberry crossed with just the haze strain. But this one is blueberry and lemon haze that's been grown by a company called Organigram Incorporated. And fun fact, I read on their website, this gram is not organic. So yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's a nice.
But all right.
Yeah, it's a nice name. It's an Organigram, it's a nice name.
Whatever.
Sounds catchy marketing, right? But anyway, don't even care at all because frankly, these nugs could be mutant, genetically modified, crazy super nugs, and I would still be all about it because they are beautiful, very tight, compact nugs. Here, I'll drop one on my tray just so you can.
Ooh.
Yeah, so nice little tight nugs. I don't think it doesn't sound as dense as yours. Yours seem to have this mass to them. That's nice. But they're very compact and covered in a beautiful coat of red hair and crystal that really only adds to this beauty of the deep forest and almost lime greens that are underneath that red hair and crystal coating. And my favorite thing about it is that when you snap it open, it has an almost glittery aspect to it. It looks like glitter. As much as I hate glitter, it looks.
Oh yeah. Well,
like
glitter is the herpes of the craft supply world. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You think you've gotten it, you think it's all gone, but boom, 4 years later, there it pops up again. But it's a sativa, which I love. And the smell of this one, pardon me, Oh man, I love the smell of this one. It's really a very sweet, fruity berry scent with a nice, rich, earthy background. It's super mellow compared to some of some of the smells that I've had that more punchy in the nose kind of smell. But
Right.
it's super mellow, but it's still noticeable kind of scent. And frankly, I think it would make a great air freshener. You could just hang it up and it would make the room smell fantastic. But I feel like burning it would make the room smell even better. So it's more than likely qualified as an incense, right? Um,
That sounds
but
excellent.
yeah, but speaking of using them as an incense, I know I'm really excited to smoke this and try it out. I'm sure you are as well. But before we do, I'd like to remind all of you to go check us out on Instagram at Good Buds Podcast, where you can see pictures of all of these nugs that we are talking about right now, as well as some awesome behind the scenes shit. And you can check out my personal Instagram at Good Buds Shank, where I post just miscellaneous garbage of me hanging around in my mask. Or you can check out Curtis.
Yep, I'm at Good Buds Curtis, and I do random videos where I just hit my bong a lot, and also
Yeah, it's
videos behind the scenes to show you, what I'm doing in the editing process.
Yeah, I love his Instagram page. I religiously follow him. But yeah, so I've got my. Are you ready for to try these out, brother?
Absolutely. I got my bong right here. How about you, Shank?
I got one in my hand, homie.
Then, without further ado, lighters out, bro. Bong hit for 2020. Lighters out. Let's blaze it.
Oh
Ooh.
man, yeah, buddy.
Ooh.
Woo! Jeez,
Oh,
that was a
ooh, oh,
synchronized.
oh.
I think that was the first synchronized. Woo! We've had in a couple episodes, man. So how's that treating you? How's that taste?
Oh, strong and pungent. Oh,
Nice, nice.
keeping it back. I got this.
I believe in
Fuck.
you.
Oh, I don't know what's leaving me now. Okay. So it's a strong and pungent hit that rushes immediately to the head. I feel it back of the skull, stuff like that. Usually it takes a second. No, head rush immediately. Bam. Wow.
Nice.
Now, it has a definite THC taste from the crystal. Like, I'm definitely getting that, like, I guess it could be described as diesely, but to me, I've been smoking weed so long, it just tastes so nice, and it's
It's
just
like
that
burning a bowl of keef.
Exactly, it's burning a bowl of keef is what it tastes like, with a nice, slight piney flavor added onto this. But all in all, it's a really nice full hit, really smooth. Like it's smooth, or it's strong when it hits you, but it smooths out really nicely. Really good palate, and I'm putting myself through that again. I might start choking, sorry. But Shank, how about you tell everybody how that blueberry X haze is tasting?
Well, the Blueberry X Haze was fantastic, man. It had a very sweet and smooth smoke with a really nice fruity flavor that kind of sat down on top of it really smoothly. Not very strong, flavorful, like flavor wise, but it has this really good sweet aftertaste that lingers in your mouth for a while after the hit, which I always enjoy. I like those tokes that are kind of like not super strong flavor in and out, but they sit with you for a minute afterwards. It's almost like
Oh
taking
yeah.
a nice shot of something warm on a cold day. It has a slight head hit, but frankly not nearly as strong as some of the strains that I've had on the podcast. Like this isn't making me feel like last week's episode where I believe my lungs left my body and came back with orange slices. If you haven't
Right.
watched it or listened to it yet, what are you doing here? We're in the future. Go check out our past. It's awesome. You'll love it. Um,
Exactly.
but but yeah, man, it's a great toke, and frankly, that was beautiful. I'm really looking forward to trying more. But
Oh
before
yeah.
we do, again, I think we should check out what the review sites say about these, Curtis. How about that?
I absolutely agree 100%. And as always, these are the online opinions of stoners who are online, and we are other online stoners adding our opinions to the online.
Opinions.
Absolutely right. So, Chemdawg has a nice, happy, cerebral head high, apparently. So, really good. As I said, it rushes to the head very nicely. It has an uplifting but chill body high. So, if you want to relax and chill, it'll be good for that. But if you want to get up and do some stuff, it'll be good for that as well. It's really
Nice.
good for stress and for pain. I mean, obviously, this is weed that was meant for medical purposes for a former NBA player. So,
Yeah.
I hope it's good on pain. And the only downside that I've been able to see is a case of the munchies is possibly imminent, which
Ah.
even though that usually sucks, I'm very grateful for that because, like I said, I don't have fresh water right now, so I'd much rather take the munchies. I got some not
Yeah.
salty snacks nearby because, as always, we're always prepared.
Always prepared.
But Shank,
Big
what
choice.
are the online opinions saying about that
Well,
blueberry?
the online reviews about the Blueberry X Haze, there aren't very many about the specific strain because again, it's like a new cross. But I did find a few, which said that it's very focused and creative, very energetic high, low body height, very cerebral and calming as well. So you can feel very calm. And some of the reviews that I read online basically said, with the way that 2020 has been going and the way that people expect 2021 to go, that this will be a great go-to strain because it calms you down. So
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping that New Year's kicks off, the aliens come down and are like, all right, we're gonna help you fix everything, guys. Just don't even worry about it. But online reviews for this strain seem fantastic, and I absolutely can't wait to smoke some more.
I 100% agree with you there. Now, Shank, do you have a joint ready?
Dude, yeah, for once I'm actually fucking prepared.
That makes two of us. See,
Oh,
we
bro.
finally got our shit together. It only just took us one season.
I know, right? Took us a whole season. Season 2 is probably going to be a shit show, though. All
Yeah.
right. We
But
take Min. We stop the regiment for more than a day, and we're just gonna like fall apart. All right.
so,
So yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, with this joint of 2020 coming to a close, let us light, because it is 420 somewhere. Let us blaze it.
Mm. Oh man, yeah. Curtis, brother, that's fantastic.
Mm.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
fantastic, man. Just
Ooh,
like the season has been. God, man.
this is just
Dude, 20 episodes in the bag. This will be it.
this is 20 episodes. Our season 1. Our
Like a
glorious day.
magnum, our magnum condom.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, fun fact, did you know that Magnum condoms are actually regular sized condoms? They're not actually bigger than regular condoms. They're just called Magnum condoms to make people feel manlier when they buy them. So
Oh
if
yeah.
you ever meet a dude who straight up brags about you using Magnum condoms, tell him that you have to use medically prescribed condoms because those are where the really big ones are. I looked that up online.
A,
Fun fact. But anyway, that was an aside because the main thing I really want to like get at the beginning of this one is how awesome this fucking season has been, man. We've smoked 20 how many sorry
40.
40 different strains.
well, if you include some bonus,
More.
yeah,
More.
over
Yeah,
40 strains.
Yeah. We have smoked more than 40 strains of cannabis and reviewed them for all those beautiful people out there listening right now in digital
For
audio
all of your
land,
pleasures.
yeah, for like and like, all of our pleasure too, man. It's been fantastic, and I can't wait.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to even more, man. Like
Yeah,
frankly,
I've
it's
been
just
really
like
I've really enjoyed the past couple weeks of us doing this. Like, I mean, 20 weeks already. We've been putting work into this. I mean, a couple weeks
know.
before that.
I know, right? Like
And it's nice that we're seeing something out of this. We're getting some subscribers. We're getting listeners. We're getting sponsorships. We're making friends and partnerships with other creators and content makers. And
yeah,
it's
like
just really
yeah.
nice to see.
I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, like we've gotten to work with some we've gotten to work with some musicians this year, like Bowen.
Oh
We
yeah.
got to work with him. Like we got to
Uh,
fucking
We get to
like
work a little bit with Biggs. We get to work with
yeah.
fucking My High Shop and Luma Spot. We met some nice people on our Instagram pages. Fucking, we got like
I know.
check out DJ Tiger on there. He's got another podcast where he reviews dispensaries in Oklahoma.
Yeah, check him out,
But
man, because he's gonna be like hitting up dispensaries and okay, and like going around and figuring out whether they're hot shit or not shit, right?
exactly.
So check
So
him out. I don't know whether
exactly.
that's his slogan or not. If it's not, that should be. Oh no,
But
no, don't. I'm stealing that and patenting that. But we've worked with like a lot of really cool people, and I mean, and obviously it has been second, like like kind of like tertiary. They haven't been on the show, but we are going to change that for season 2.
oh yes, season 2 is when we're going to start planning on having guest spots. If not every episode, then at least every other episode. at the very least. Try to get some more variety on, some more communication, some more, you know, see how the stoner community or just how our community in general wants to go.
Yeah, and obviously we'd love for like anybody who's listening to the podcast or who's been, like following along as we go, just, send us a message, send us a comment or anything because frankly, we would love to hear from you. We are the kind of people that if you send us a message, we will reply. I mean, we can get inundated with thousands of messages, and in that case, we'll just put one of the most important people that we have who's a member of our team that you don't hear from him or see him, but he's like one of the most important fucking people to, and he's one of our best friends. He's like our best friend and our meme ambassador, right? And like this dude behind the scenes, Isaac, he's been instrumental, hasn't he, Curtis, in keeping this like he would help us out.
Number one fan, a fantastic team member, and a guy who likes our podcast without even smoking weed himself.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't even smoke weed. So like that's just proof that you don't need to smoke buds to be a bud. You can just if you want to hang out and have a good time, like we're not going to blow smoke in your face, right? But this dude, like honestly, he's helped us out so much with our social media and our memes. Like over half the memes you see on Facebook, like I'd say a good 4/5 of the memes you see on Facebook come from him.
He either finds or makes himself.
Exactly. And so like he's helped us out a lot. So if you guys do start like slamming us with thousands of messages, we'll just put Isaac to work on it. And if you guys feel bad about him not getting paid, you can go to our Patreon, right, Curtis?
Absolutely. Go to our Patreon. We got goals set up there that'll, reward you guys for it, but it also helps us create a better show, and we can eventually start paying Isaac.
It's true. At $600,
well, eventually
Curtis gets
we can start paying ourselves first, but
at $600, Curtis gets to not have to go to his other job anymore. But at $601, we're gonna start paying Isaac. It's a stretch goal.
Come on, guys, we can do it. But anyway,
I believe in you, fans. I believe in you. But seriously, like, so he's been integral in keeping the show going.
Not even just in the process of making the podcast, also when we're done. Like, if me and Shane taking a long day of recording the podcast, editing stuff, getting stuff together, talking with a couple people to get some shit worked out, and then at the end of the day, we're like, all right, let's finally relax, play some video games. By the time me and Shane get on, we're tired, exhausted, and we're already kind of bad at video games.
And it's late as fuck at night because like we mean to get this recorded. We mean to get this recorded in the afternoon, but we never get it. No.
So and then so whenever we finally are like, all right, it's time to play some video games, we can always count on Isaac to carry our asses.
Absolutely, because like we're not fantastic at video games. So like Curtis, like he said, that Isaac carries us through pretty much anything. When we're playing Siege, or like he'll come in clutch, or when we're playing COD Zombies, I literally, no joke, have a hotkey for my voice mod that says I'm down again because I go down so many times in Call of Duty Zombies that I don't feel like vocalizing it anymore. I just press the button. And they know. And they just know. They come and get me and they pick me up. Exactly. And so it's like, so Isaac personally, we can't thank him enough for helping out. Also, obviously, Lumen Spot, like Curtis said, My High Shop for reaching out to us to be affiliates for their companies. Like, we can't thank them enough for,
giving us an opportunity, which has opened up some more opportunity for some other people. But as of right now, we're sticking with the two that we got. We'll let you guys in on that.
Yeah, frankly, I mean, it's one of those things where if any advertisers, like, to be fair, if you are an advertiser or a sponsor out there in audio space right now and you feel like, hey, there's, we should sponsor a cannabis-related podcast, just reach out, man. Just, like, send up a message,
Run it.
We'll hear from you. We'll at least listen to you. And, so...
starting to die.
Oh, God. Yeah, but like we'll listen to it, we'll hear you out, and even if you're just out there in podcast land and you have no idea what you're doing, we don't know what we're doing either. But if you get a hold of us, we can all drive the ship blind together. That's fine. I mean, there's no icebergs around. Fucking global warming took care of that, right? So we can just sail around. Yeah, we sail blind together. That's fine. We won't run out of weed, that's for sure, because Curtis and I are always stocked. So, But no, it's frankly and like like Bowen, like I was saying, Bowen, Biggs, like just the Instagram people who've reached out to us, like the people on Facebook, all of our followers. Curtis has 100 followers on Instagram. Goodbuds Curtis has
Yeah.
100 followers. More
Oh,
actually now. How many do you have now? More than that?
I
You're probably
think.
above.
Oh, let me check
I
real
don't
quick.
even know, but I know that our Good Buds podcast one as well is it's over 100 people now, and it's fantastic. And all of those, all of those people out there, supporting the show and liking and sharing our stuff and commenting, it means a
Our
lot to
Good
us.
Bud,
And
the Good Buds podcast is currently at 114,
hey, there you go.
and I am currently at 121. Oh shit!
Nice. Look at dude. Look at you. Look
Oh,
at you, buddy.
come
That's
on, guys. Show
beautiful.
some love to the podcast. Show some love to everybody, and go ahead and follow us
More
everywhere.
importantly, show
Share
some
us.
love to Shank here because I'm lagging behind, man. I only got like 77 subscribers or something like that. But that's all right.
And look,
I
even though we love it when you guys like us, you also got to share it. Let other people enjoy us.
I know, right? Like, cause like that's the thing is I totally appreciate like every time like cause actually I was talking to my friend who works over at the Tim Hortons near me, the
Of course, you
Canadian
got a Tim
bevy
Hortons
shop.
near you, you fucking
Oh,
Canadian.
it's like 30 feet away, man. I could fart in my front yard and land in the drive-through.
And
But
same with me at McDonald's, so I can't
yeah.
complain.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So like I went over there and he was working and he was like, "Oh man, he's like I was at my family like Christmas get together. We had like, there was like four of us there and stuff, but it was a small time, but we had a FaceTime conversation going and whoever couldn't be there was on Zoom. We paid for a Zoom thing and we were all it was crazy. They had it on the big screen TV. It was really cool. And I was like, "Oh, that's neat, man. Like that's really cool. Like, 2020, man, future, modern problems require modern solutions." So it's like just one of those things that like he said he did that, and when he was there he told the whole family essentially about the podcast because they're all into cannabis. And
Nice.
all of them were like, "Oh man, we got to check it out, that's so cool." So like he showed them a
Oh,
clip
yeah.
from one of our episodes, like just they didn't play the whole thing, but he showed us a clip from one of the episodes, and they loved it. They thought it was hilarious, and so they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna check out more of those." And like so hopefully we'll get a few more subscribers there in the next little bit, a few more people that get to enjoy what we're doing, right? Because I mean, as much fun as I have just making it, like I mean, it's really cool knowing that people are listening to it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like as a musician, it's one of those things where you like to make stuff, but you love when people listen to it.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, so it's
Yeah.
fantastic, man. And it's I mean, frankly, it's one of those things where I can't believe we've made it to 20 episodes, because it's like we're obviously very responsible dudes. Like we if
For the
we
most
have a
part.
responsibility, like if we have a responsibility or something like that, we'll follow through with it. We'll keep ourselves like, we can. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Discipline. Keep ourselves disciplined and regimented, and
Right.
and it's great because we tailored a podcast that makes it so we don't need to be. We just kind of come on, we talk about what we want to talk about. We review the weed. We're good at reviewing weed, I think. I don't want to toot. I don't want to toot my own horn, so I'll toot yours,
when we
Curtis. You
started
are good at
doing-
reviewing weed, man.
When we started doing this, to be honest, we looked up a color sheet for different colors of green. We looked up a thesaurus for different words that we
Not
could
wrong.
use, just so we tried our best so we weren't using the same exact description words for every single episode.
It's
So
he's
every
not
weed
lying.
is unique, even though for the most part, most people are like, it's just weed.
Yeah, they're like it's weed,
different.
and it's like, and to be fair, I
Do you
understand
know how
some
fucking
people,
hard
yeah.
that is to display in an audio podcast?
Yeah,
That's
like
why
I
you guys
mean, there's
really
only
need to like us on Instagram and
there's
subscribe
only
to our YouTube.
there's only so many words you can use for green, like like it's. I mean, there are a lot, but at the same time, there's only so many, and so it's one of those things.
Forest, chartreuse.
But chartreuse, yeah, it's like forest, like
Mint.
mint, aqua. But like like it's just one of those things where like we love, but the best thing is that we love weed, we love talking, we love like keeping up with the worldwide news and stuff,
We love
like
what
what's
we
going on
do.
in the world. We love what we do, and we love coming on here and talking and fucking just having like random people out there all over the world listen to us, because like we have had people from Ireland listen to us. We've had people from like all over the place. I mean, I think, like, frankly, it's one of those things where I think that with so many strains, somebody out there has smoked one of what we got. Like, everybody who smokes weed has probably smoked out of the 20 episodes we've got, Curtis. I'm sure
The 40 plus strains that we've done.
the 40 plus strains, I'm sure out there, someone has smoked one of the strains, at least, right? And if you haven't smoked the other ones, why not find out a little bit more about them, by listening to the podcast, tell people to check it out, because
Exactly.
we're going to keep going. Season 2 is going to be amazing. We have some really big plans. We are going to be taking a short break. We should probably talk about it, give you guys a little bit of a heads up.
Of course.
We are going to take a short break. It's only going to be a few weeks. I think, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2 or 3 weeks. I don't think the entire month of, or the last week of January is when we're gonna come back.
Yeah, the last week of January. Yeah, so it's going to be the last week of January when we come back. So it's going to be a 3-week break, roughly. Then we're going to come back. It's going to be better than ever. We're going to have fucking
New set, a couple new assets.
Yeah.
We're gonna change some stuff up around. We're gonna try to change up a little bit of how we do it. Add some guest spots. Change the
Yeah.
format. We'll see what we can do, and that's what this transition.
flashier, like flashier ad spots, and just like we won't be adding. This is the thing, though. I do want to make a commitment and say that I don't want to add a bunch of ad spots. We're not going to just like pop in a bunch of mid-roll, like cut the audio of me and Curtis and insert by the Raid Shadow Legends. We might joke
We're
about
not selling
that,
our asses out.
yeah, we do love, like, we enjoy the products of the companies that we support. If we don't endorse a company, or a company does something to slight us, we will be vindictive. I'm just joking. Companies are awesome, and so, like, we love working with who we're working with. If we didn't support a company, we just wouldn't work with them, and that's okay, because we prefer to, just kind of like what we're dealing with. Like Curtis right now, you guys can't see it, but pop a picture up, like Baclow, that he has his sweater or his jacket that he got from Lumen Spot hanging behind him, and it looks awesome. Like, I'm jealous I don't have one hanging behind me yet. My order hasn't come in, right? So, but it's so, like, like, if we didn't enjoy the company, we wouldn't tell you guys to buy it. And obviously they believed in us enough to reach out to us and be like, hey, you guys are cool. We like what you're doing. Like,
Right.
help us sell our stuff.
Exactly. So, and hopefully we can just continue on in season 2, continue to make better content for you guys, and that's just what this little break is going to be. Kind of reassembling ourselves, taking a little break, not stressing ourselves out while we try to make the podcast better, while also not rushing to make the week deadline. Because again, It's only 3 of us right now.
Yeah, and so as it stands, we are going to be working on, like, we've got, like I was saying about big plans, we got like potential giveaways, well, definite giveaways. We're going to be doing giveaways in the future, definitely. That's something that we have planned. The items I'm not going to disclose to you yet, but we have some exciting ideas spitballed, Curtis?
Exactly. So we got some ideas there. We got a couple other things, some possible merch in the future, but again, this all depends. If you guys want it, you gotta let us know.
Yeah, you gotta, like, even something as simple as, like, just hit the like button, and you could even, in my opinion, go to the comment section and just go, like, to click the thing, smack a bunch of keys in a random, like, just like me naming a song that I don't think I'm gonna finish on my computer. Just clack, 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 and then just comment it. Comment a random string of just characters that don't mean anything. Honestly, I would love that. I would look at it and I will know what it means. That way you don't need to think of any thought out commentary. You don't need to think of any, like, specific thing about the video you want to say anything about. You can just be like, blah, blah, and just hit that enter button. And I would be like, dude, we got a message. Oh my god, dude. You don't even know. We would be like 2 sorority girls that just got their fake IDs approved.
Right. So, yeah, very nice. Very good. You gotta let us know if you want this stuff, but we have plans. And
it's true.
Again, season 2, gonna be beautiful. stick around with us. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're sharing this with everybody. And
Yes, please do.
I'm, goddamn. Now I'm just feeling like all giddy and all good, and it's all stuff now.
Well,
I'm feeling
actually,
real good.
I have some feel good stuff to talk to you about, but we would need to transition seamlessly into the next segment of the show.
Involving weed news worldwide. Nice.
All right, nailed it that time. So anyway, my first story here is fantastic. It's a really good feel good story. It's about a 7-year-old girl with a rare form of epilepsy. Now that is
Oh.
sad.
Oh,
Sad news. Frowny face. Get ready to kick that frowny face into a smile because she started taking CBD oil and she has had an amazing recovery.
Really?
Straight up, man. So essentially, a quote from the article says, "Since taking it, she is able to understand and speak normally. She is living a normal life. She is still in mainstream school, playing with friends, and she is doing really, really well." So basically, yeah, this little girl from the UK, she has made what the news article refers to as a miracle recovery after getting treated for Landau-Kleffner syndrome, which is a rare form of epilepsy. And she's been taking cannabis oil. Now, obviously, Curtis and I have covered it before in the past, but cannabis is still not legal in the UK.
Right.
And even for a medical purpose, it's very strict to get it legally for medical purposes. So this child was obviously dealing with medications that were completely ineffective. So they decided to try cannabis oil, and it worked. She's had an amazing recovery. She basically, doctors are saying that there's a lot of fear around the word cannabis in the UK because the government vilified it still very strongly to this day.
Right.
But they are saying that it's fantastic, and this isn't the first patient either that it's helped. It's magnificent because actually back in 2018, a 5-year-old dude named Alfie Dingley, his name is Pimpin', by the way. Alfie
Absolutely.
Dingley, dude, like Alfie Dingley, like straight up that name rolls off the tongue. This kid's going places. And it's probably to the weed store when he's an adult. But basically he got cannabis to treat his epilepsy as well, and it worked. Again,
Nice.
he went from having upwards of 150 seizures a month to 17 days in a row without a single seizure. With one treatment.
Right.
For one treatment.
That's incredible.
So it's incredible. It's really beneficial. It's just one of those things that it makes me feel really good because people are like, "Oh, you can't give weed to kids, man. You can't." It's like, no shit, dude. I'm not gonna sit down with my fucking kid and be like, "Let's smoke a joint, dude." Like,
No.
duh. But if you're giving them oil that's got CBD in it that helps control their epilepsy, or like,
That
it's
you
for
can-
Parkinson's patients or anything else.
Right.
Do
Just
it.
a drop or two into their mouth or mix it in with their fucking drink before they go to bed or
Yeah.
whatever. Easy
Some for
peasy.
them, some for me, and just good to
Exactly.
go.
One for you, two for me. One for you,
One for
two
you,
for me.
two for me. Exactly, right? And that's what I'm saying, right? So it makes me feel really good. Like it makes me feel great that this kid is doing so much better. Her name is Sienna Richardson, by the way. This article is on thegrowthop.com. And that's where I found this, but they're having a hard time right now. So if you live in the UK and you're hanging out, right, in the UK, and you're all like, "What should I do? I'm looking for a reason to protest because Brexit's over now. What do I do?" Right? So, well, Brexit's not over. I'm so sorry, by the way, for the guy. If anybody in the UK is listening to that, I'm so sorry for that. But anyway,
I don't care.
they're doing fundraising right now because the NHS does not support paying for it.
Right.
It doesn't pay for their shit, and it's still illegal. So they've started. So they joined the campaign called End Our Pain and Epilepsy Action, which is
Nice.
EPEA. Yeah,
It's in the
yeah.
game.
Yeah. Good fucking timing, Curtis. But it's basically, yeah, so they're essentially trying to get more cannabis related research in the UK done to make it so they can legalize cannabis. And I
of
hope
course-
if you're in the UK, support them.
Yeah.
Getting cannabis legalized.
And of course, we'll have links in the description for the news story and
Yeah.
for the fundraiser as well if you want to check either of those out.
Yeah, I believe there I believe is a link to it directly here, and I will be able to copy and paste that into the description of this episode. You guys can check it out. If you're in the UK, or worldwide, whatever, I don't even care. You can probably donate it
If you want to support it,
if you're here. Yeah, hey, donate care of Good Buds podcast. I would melt. My heart would melt. I would shout you out, and if I wasn't already married, I would consider it. I mean, I'm not gonna say yes.
Why don't we give $50?
Yeah, why not? It's a good idea.
You know what?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that after this podcast.
After this recording, we're gonna donate $50 to that. It'll be fantastic.
On behalf of the Good Buds podcast.
On behalf of the Good Buds podcast, and it's gonna be great. Because it's gonna help people with epilepsy in the UK get taken care of, and that's magnificent. So that'll be fantastic. We can do that.
That's a very good feel-good story, Shane.
It's a good feel story. I mean, do you have anything good feels for me tonight? Like, what are you working on?
No. Yeah. So my news story. 3 family members got arrested in a marijuana and THC vape bust in Mobile,
Wait, THC
Alabama.
vape bust?
Yep, THC vape bust.
Don't hear about that too often.
Oh yeah. Well, this is in Mobile, Alabama. Which Alabama marijuana is illegal.
Bama, yeah.
Now, the Mobile
Come on,
police
boys, you got
arrested. They arrested 3 family members accused of selling marijuana and THC vape cartridges. Officers say that they raided the house on Timberley Road and found 8 pounds of marijuana, 15 Cali Bud THC cartridges, 14 Dime THC cartridges, 3 Pure 1 THC cartridges, 16 Vibe Monk edibles, and 1 Nerds Rope Bites edible.
Dude, that's a lot.
In there.
No, you gotta get that Nerds Rope in there, but dude, that's a load of stuff, man. Holy shit!
Basically, like a fucking dispensary in and of itself.
That's crazy. They had their own shop.
Basically, so this, like I said, this was a family. This was a husband, wife, and a 22-year-old son.
Oh, oof.
So adult
family.
Hey,
family business. It's like a family business.
Exactly. Now, the couple is being charged with trafficking marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. The younger child, or the 22-year-old, is charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. It doesn't specifically say what the controlled substance is, unless they're considering that as the THC.
Could be.
Not 100% sure.
Because it's not technically cannabis, so it is.
But extracted. It could be paraphernalia or something.
Yeah.
That's all they have written in the story. That's all that's in there.
Yeah.
This is on fox10tv.com.
Yeah.
Links in the description below. Which, Fox is obviously they have a slight bias in their news stories, and Alabama itself, being the kind of state that it is, has a slight bias. What I mean by this is, if you're watching the YouTube video, look at this picture right here, and Shank, you look at this picture as well. What do you see?
What?
America! I see America. And for those on the audio podcast...
I see freedom.
For those of you who
freedom seed delivery systems.
So for those of you on the audio who can't exactly see it, essentially it's the table with the 8 pounds of marijuana, all the edibles, and everything else put out on the table.
Colorful ass packages.
What they have not mentioned at all during this news report, and
I didn't
only seen in the photo, and this is from the Mobile Police Department, there are multiple firearms on this table.
So many guns.
Multiple. There are two
handguns.
Two handguns. 2 AK-47 variants. 1 AR variant, like a M16 kind of, but obviously probably civilian use. 1 futuristic-looking bullpup rifle that I don't even know what it is, and 1 tactical as fuck looking spaz shotgun.
Yeah, that shotgun looks lit.
Or a fucked up Mossberg or something. I don't exactly know, but it.
Not gonna lie, it's tactical as hell. It looks like tactical.
There's lasers on it. There's a Hollis stock.
Pretty sure I saw a dildo on the butt.
Not mentioned in any of the news story, and not mentioned in any of the arresting with it.
Why would they mention the guns? They're in Bama, man. Every house you go into on that street's gonna have guns in it.
Everybody's gonna have them, but I mean, it seems a little overkill, excessive, personally.
Yeah, those aren't really, like, in my opinion, those aren't really
there's also four full military boxes of ammo.
Oh yeah, full to the brim, like full up. Actually, it looks like a few cases are missing, so they probably went shooting this weekend.
Exactly. So,
But like, yeah, that sucks. Oh man, I
But
feel
all
so
that
bad
kept-
because these people
but
were
all
just
they-
selling weed. They were just selling weed. I mean, yeah, they had guns in their house, but I mean, fuck, you're in America. I get it. I'm a Canadian. Our gun laws are weird.
no,
Blah,
and
blah,
that's
blah.
the thing. Like,
But you're in America. You have the right to have a gun
yeah,
if you want
this
one.
this is a really interesting two-part story because it's like, on one hand, there's guns there that at no point played any part of this. They
Yeah,
just
they
took
didn't
them
play
because
any
of the
part in it.
raid.
Yeah, because
and
they're
they
cops
had
and
'em.
they're raiding the place, and obviously
But-
they're gonna take guns.
But, like, just it's weed, dude.
They're just
Fucking leave
selling
'em
weed,
alone.
man. They're just plants, man. They literally, and you know what? If those plants were legal for them to grow in that house, they wouldn't feel the need to have all of the guns, and they wouldn't sell it to other people because other people would be able to get it legally.
Exactly. They'd be able to grow it or maintain it, and then
Or
give it to
who
people.
knows? Maybe they could be entrepreneurs and open a real shop and actually sell it legitimately and
mom
put.
and pop shop.
Yeah,
That'd be
mom
awesome.
pasha, mom pot. You know, like
That's gorgeous.
writes itself. You know what? Don't nobody take that name because I'm gonna ask my wife if she wants to make
Like
that
we
the name
said,
of our cafe.
like we said, every single episode we come up with one good idea, and unfortunately, you guys have every right to it before we get a chance to. We're lazy stoners.
It's true, we're really lazy stoners. But hey, me and my wife are planning on starting a cafe at some point in the future, and we were thinking of calling it the Roasted Cafe.
Right.
Because it's gonna be a weed cafe, obviously.
Right.
And so but now I'm thinking Ma and Pot
Mom,
because we're gonna be running it together, right? So Ma and Pot. Because it works on two
Half-
levels, like pot of coffee. Get it?
You have a whole bunch of half-baked goods.
Zinger. Oh, like strudels. Because the outside's baked, but the inside's not.
Exactly. Like strudels, cinnamon rolls, bear claws.
Sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Oh, it all goes. Every part of it. But
Yeah,
yes.
because
So
technically sandwiches are half baked, depending on the ratio of ingredients to bread.
and if the
but-
bread is toasted,
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's
mean
true.
that
I
would
love
be
the-
twice baked.
Yeah, the first person who basically was like, man, this bread is baked and everything, but can we bake it again? That'd be great. It was
Exactly.
fantastic. But
Yeah,
so that's a bit of a downer story though. Like that was a bit of a digression we had there. Love it, but that was
Exactly.
definitely a bit of a downer story.
Yeah.
Hopefully they just get a slap on the wrist. I really hope that they don't get severely punished. I'll feel really come on.
Exactly. I mean, 8 pounds of weed. That's really not like that big. I mean, people have gotten busted with a lot more. Am I right?
Oh, actually, yeah, like 4,300 plus cannabis plants sound like a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna drop my next story on you then. This is also from the Growth Op, fantastic website, and it is an anonymous tip leads to police discovering 4,300 plus cannabis plants worth roughly $12.6 million.
Pinky to mouth.
Yeah, I did. I was doing the pinky to my mouth thing. If you couldn't see it, Curtis, thank you. But that is, I was $1 million. So anyway, basically, what ended up happening is that a tip came in. Some snitch called up, was like, "Yo, fam. Sydney, Southwest Sydney, so Australia is where the story takes place.
Right.
Took me a second in a roundabout way to get to that, but this took place in Sydney, Australia. And a tip came in letting the police from the New South Wales police unit, letting them know that there was a huge grow up going on. So they went and checked it
Huge.
out. They found there was a huge grow up going on, right?
Right.
And that huge grow up was spread out over 16 greenhouses. That's a lot of greenhouses. I love green, but that's
16 or
excessive.
6D.
16 teen
Okay.
as in Tina Turner.
Still a lot.
16 a Turner. So officers executed a search warrant. So they had a warrant, and this is the worst, like in my opinion, one of the worst things about it. They executed that search warrant. Can you guess what time it was?
What time?
It's 4:30 p.m.
Oh, you are fucking kidding me.
Yeah, so they were hoping to catch them with their pants stoned.
Exactly.
Like,
oh, it's
they were
420
straight up-
guys get high out of your mind. Meanwhile, they're thinking, all right, so if this
Yeah,
is
the cops
true,
are outside. They're like looking at their watches. All right, guys, let's smoke our joints now.
It's so baked right now. They don't
Yeah.
even know it.
They have no idea we're about to go in there and harsh their buzz so hard. But good news, McWood news. They busted in there and there was nobody there.
Oh, Dave's not here, man.
Dave was not there. So they went in there. Basically, no one was there. So they basically got a cop to chill out there overnight. Then the next morning they came. They were probably hoping that the dude would come back overnight, but he didn't. I mean, obviously, you're going to know the cops have been there. They probably had cameras, like wireless cameras, Wi-Fi or whatever. So in all, so the cops stayed there overnight, and then they came back in the morning and grabbed the plants. And overall, 4,324 marijuana plants ranging from seedlings to mature plants were confiscated from 16 large greenhouses and worksite offices, as well as 2 shotguns. The shotguns are a bit of an aside, but so those 2 shotguns. But the plants
They're
have a
for
street
emus.
value of, yeah, they're for emus. Obviously, you don't want those emus fucking up your cannabis. They'll break in the building and like take you down. Like they'll snap your neck. You ever see Sam Fisher, Splinter Cell? Straight up emus.
How do you think his cell got splintered?
Exactly right. His cell used to be intact. But anyway, it was roughly $12.6 million is the amount of dollars in converted to Canadian American. I don't know which currency, but Canadian American, North
One of
American, one of the two. But it's 13 million Australian, which is a lot of fucking money. And there was no one there. Like I said, nobody was there. Nobody got busted. They're still inquiring as to the identities of those responsible. Clearly, they were very smart as to not leave behind any identifying anything, or they did, and the cops just haven't found it yet. A really, really funny aspect of it is on Twitter. They tweeted about it, right?
Of
The New
course.
South Wales police. They were like, huge bust. Yeah, we went and didn't catch anybody, but we got a lot of plants. We grabbed a whole bunch of plants, guys. And people were like, nice. You fixing my road? It's like, did you fix my road? No. And like, so it's like man, like, well, why are you bothering us about these people that basically are like, why are you bugging me about these people that didn't do anything? They were just growing a plant.
Right.
Like, I mean, granted, they were probably going to sell it illegally, but they weren't like manufacturing guns or heroin or like crack. They were just growing weed. Like and you spent how much money with this investigation? Those cops were all paid how much to go out that day? All of the gear they were wearing cost how much, like, of my taxpayer money for you to get plants off the street that are actually the rest of the world knows are beneficial,
Almost
Like,
unanimously at this point.
almost unanimously at this point. Even Russia's like saying that cannabis is okay, like Russia's like, yeah, I guess so. Like, if it'll make our people happy, sure, it's not hurting anything. And like, so I mean, I love you, Australia, but get your shit together. But yeah, no, that's magnificent, man. Like, I think like they get busted this place and they were tweeting about it. So what some people said on Twitter was really funny. Essentially, one person said, if it were legalized, that $13 million worth of stock could be produced by honest, tax-paying business people instead of organized criminals. As it is, we're wasting atrocious amounts of money investigating, prosecuting, and incarcerating people over a drug which is no worse than alcohol. And it's like, yeah, they're not wrong. Yeah, burn. And like, so they didn't get any positive responses. Is the gist of the situation. I've noted that most of it's been. Like, most of the responses I read in the article were negative responses to the police raiding this place. They were like, honestly, like, they should have just confiscated it and sold it.
Right.
But that cop, how much you want to bet that cop that hung out there overnight by himself pocketed some weed?
Oh, for sure, at least somebody had to have pocketed something.
Oh,
If there
you
was
know
anything, for sure ready, good to go there.
Oh, yeah, there's that much weed there, man. Like, someone's taking some home.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
if not, they probably burnt it or did something stupid to get rid of it, which is always terrible. But, as you know, we also burnt some weed earlier.
Yeah, we burned.
Beginning of this episode.
Yeah,
And
we
we've
did.
and we've let some time pass. And, Shank, how are you feeling now?
Man, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic right now. That strain is great. It feels really good. Very uplifting, very energetic. Not so focused. I'm noticing I am having a bit of problems with some drifting. Just kind of like, getting part way through sentences and then not figuring out how to end them. But overall,
Doing
man,
fine.
yeah, I thank you. I love you. But overall, it's fantastic, man. It's one of those things that it's a good strain. It's a feel good strain. I'm very happy that I chose this for the last episode of season one because, much like this season, I wasn't so sure about it in the beginning, but now I am absolutely high on it, and I can't wait for more.
That's a great description.
I know, right? So how you feeling, brother?
As for me, I am doing fantastic. I'm,
Fantastic.
very here. I'm definitely, in the moment. I'm definitely, feeling very nice, slightly relaxed, able to, formulate my sentences relatively all right, I think. I'm being
You sound
articulate,
you sound
vernacular.
beautiful.
Thank you.
You sound
Using the biggest words in my vernacular as I can.
Versace.
Versace vernacular. Um, but no, I'm doing really nice, and similar to you, this weed is hitting me just like this podcast has. Hard as fuck at the beginning, and I've slowly learned to hate it, but it's still alright.
Yeah, you just let it stretch you every single week, and
I'm
and you
kidding.
don't
No,
say
the
anything
strain
about
is
it.
great. The podcast is great. I'm really thankful for everybody here in season one. Be
Yeah,
sure
you guys
to
rock.
like, comment, subscribe, and share this with everybody so that way everybody can be a good bud as well.
Yeah, for real, man. Because like all of you buds out there that are listening to this right now, wherever you are, whether you smoke weed or you don't, whether whether you comment or you don't, thanks for being there. We appreciate it big time. It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you smoke or not. We just like to chill.
Exactly. And with all that being said, Shank, I have one last bong pack.
Buddy, in the honor of the 20th episode, I have a nice big ol' fat bong load packed here, and I'm about to squish a little bit more on top, just to
Are
pack it
you
to the
about to
rim.
fucking max yourself out? Are you gonna
And
try to burn this in one hit?
I may or may not attempt, excuse me, folks at home, to burn this all in one hit. Because, like I said
We're gonna torch this.
at the beginning of this episode, we should go out in a bong.
We
So
need to
just in
go
case-
out in a bong.
So we need to go out in a bong. So just in case I die, not literally, because I know I'm probably gonna be fine, but if I metaphorically die from this, and I am incapable of saying anything else after this bong toke, I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart for being here. Remind you to like, comment, subscribe, scream this podcast at every single homeless person you see on the street. That was from the first episode, by the way. And just hit us up in the comments, guys, because we'd love to hear from you. And while we're away, hit us up on Facebook, send us messages, and we'll be like, "What's up, guys? How you doing? We're just doing this."
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yep. We thank you so much for joining us in 2020, and we hope to see you all in 2021.
Oh
Shank,
yeah, you better
with this,
be there or don't be a circle.
Shank, on this glorious day, will you do me the honors of counting it or saying my catchphrase for this final bong toke of 2020?
Oh my god! All right, Curtis, do you have a bong there?
I do. Do you have a bong?
I got a bong packed here. Lighters up. Toke skaboke, homie. It's always 420 somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Let's do it, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's go out with a bong.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kool-Aid man.
In all fairness, that is the largest bong toke I have ever
Who do you-
heard Shank take.
I have got a little baby bitch lungs. Smoking joints for so long. Oh man.
Oh,
Goodness, gumshoes,
oh
guy.
shit, we were actually able to survive. Alright. So yeah, bros,
I
we're
lived.
gonna, even though we're high as fuck now, we're gonna roll one for
Oh,
the
God.
road, leading us into 2021. We hope you all have a great, fantastic new year. Hope you all had a great holiday. And we'll see you in season 2, bros.
Yeah. Later, buds.
Peace.